Righty guys, Drax here, and I see you are looking to get your hands on those Jormuntides for tier 4 watering and kindling. Let me show you how in this one. Starting with the standard Jormuntides, those are the bosses which currently are found at 2 points on the map. These are very hard to tame though, because you need a lot of capture power like the ultra or legendary spheres. So the easier way I've found is to breed one. Now at this point, I'm expecting everyone has an Anubis or maybe a few hanging around the base. If not, you simply breed a Pain King with a Bushy, two of the lower level bosses which are in these two places on the map. Once you have your Anubis, you take that and then you breed it with a Suzaku, or you can use a Shadow Beak. A Suzaku being the easier of the two, I would think, as you would need to go way up north to get a Shadow Beak, or you would need to breed one through multiple breeding lines. A Suzaku you'll find around the desert area, and it's going to require a fair amount of capture power. I think they're around about level 40. You're going to need at least some hyper spheres if you want an easier time, and a few levels in effigies will help, of course, if you want to do it that way, if you want to go the capture route. But my suggestion, if you are a lower level, would be to look for some huge scorching eggs around the area. This is how I got my first Suzaku, and also the one I used to breed my Jormuntide. So Suzaku with an Anubis will get you the Jormuntide, the standard water version. Breed the pair a few times, you'll get more males and females, and you can keep on breeding them. So that's the water version. But how about the fire version, the Ignis? Well, the Jormuntide Ignis can only be found, I believe, over at the west side of the map on the Wildlife Sanctuary 2 island right here. You can go from either coast to get to it, and you can just fly across the water. If you want to try and capture it, you will need at least gigaspheres. You would need to be lucky to capture it with those. I actually did get lucky when I was recording some footage for this video. You never know, the RNG. So generally, I would actually say hyperspheres or higher. Legendary will of course make it easier, although you're going to have to be higher level to use them. There is an easier way, once again, if you are a lower level, and this is to find a huge dragon egg. I think it was around this area or at the edge of the volcanic zone. Eggs respawn with server restart, so we check every day when I restart the server. Or you can simply load in and out of your single player, I believe. And that should get them to respawn. Maybe you have to collect them first. But eventually, you should get yourself a giant dragon egg. Once you do, take it back to the base, hatch it out, and you should have yourself a Jormuntide Ignis. There are no other dragon creatures in the area from what I've seen. So if you do find yourself a huge dragon egg, that should always be a Jormuntide Ignis. Now with the Ignis, the only way to get more is to get a male and female from either capturing or hatching. Otherwise, there are no other breeding paths available. You can't breed other creatures to get this specific POW. There is even the possibility of getting the shiny version over on that Sanctuary 2 island there. Like any other creature, it can spawn in as a shiny here, so keep an eye out. It's going to be worth getting that one. Once you have Jormuntides, these are great for base tasks, being that they have very fast watering or kindling, depending on which type you are using, and it really speeds up those tasks. I find the standard water Jormuntide to be the real useful one, as you can keep it around the base for using on the crusher to make Paldium fragments as fast as possible. And anytime I want to smelt some ingots or cook some food, I've been keeping a Jormuntide Ignis in my party, so I can use him for both that level 4 kindling and also some bosses. Good thing to note, both Jormuntides are strong POWs, and I found them to be very effective in boss battles too. So a quick one there, hopefully it helps you guys out to find these two creatures, and you can add them to your list and get them as POWs, speeding up that kindling, the watering, and using them for boss battles too. Enjoy guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.